Till headquarters hears of my success, then perhaps I'll be promoted.
Aw, I'm fine. You're better.
The spirit of Wivlia glares at you with all the venom she can muster. The spirit of a Magister stands before you. She smiles openly.
I was slain, but now I have been avenged and restored. I can rest.
A ghostly seaman stares at the captain, his lip curled in a malevolent grin, his eyes wide with hate, and all the time he rings his bell.
Spoke to the lady captain, didn't you? I seen you cozying up. Are you her man, or sail you with us?
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
Then you won't sail with her. She ran the ship upon the rocks, although I rang the bell. That light weren't no lighthouse. I rang the bell in warning, and she ran the ship upon the rocks. You ran the ship upon the rocks, Captain, and all the crew were drowned. I'm doing my duty here, I am. I'm the lookout, and I'm ringing the bell. Rocks ahead, Captain. There... But I'm on duty here. There are rocks ahead, and the captain must know it.
Curiosity kills the cat.
He blinks once, twice. A single salty tear drips from one ghostly eye. The bell falls silent. He raises a finger to his temple in salute and fades away.
You got that right. You got that right.
She babbles breathlessly on, barely aware you're there.
My ears are still a-ringing. And I have you to thank for it? Then thank you, I surely do. That accursed bell lies with the Peacemaker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows. My compass lies there too. The compass surely lies on the bottom, near where the ship was wrecked. Take it with my blessing, if you can find it. My sailing days are done. Let me mark your chart. But you be warned. Stay off the wreck itself. Let her lie as a monument to her dead crew, and as testament to my mistake.
She goes white as the proverbial ghost.
You've got no call to go looking for no cargo. Far as anyone's concerned, we sailed with an empty hold, and if there's anything left to salvage, you leave it where it is. Heed me. Leave the cargo of the Peacemaker alone.
She turns away. Conversation over.
You've got to pick who you can
You're willing
trust.
to risk Fort Joy for one night
You
with a
got that
lizard.
right, Hilka. You got
Then
that
you're an
right.
idiot.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
Now train your eyes on my treasures, not my person.
Yes, my lord.
I am Baron Levere. I am Baron Levere, not he. Not he. I am Baron Levere. No, an impostor is he. A lone wolf in my own sheep's clothing. Bejeweled is he with a false name. Draped is his back with a false mantle. Bedecked are his cheeks with a false beard. Murderer, thief, impostor. I am Baron Levere. A rival's revenge? Another merchant's madness? Oh, the fever of gold is reason's bane. But it matters no longer what drove them to daggers. It matters who drove them into my flesh. You who hears the laments of the dead, avenge me. Kill the false baron. Give me back my name. Please, avenge me.
The trickster formerly known as Callow stands in Baron Levere's robes, twirling his fake moustache with what can only... The trickster
Creepy. Come on. How many ghosts do you think have haunted you?
Forget the scent of Fort George. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot.
Why do you shiver so? This room is temperate enough, is it not?
Quite so, my lord. Quite so. But the atmosphere in here is, spooky.
Spooky? Pull yourself together, man. Or should I check the cupboards for ogres?
Curiosity kills the cat. Forget the scent of Fort Joy. Fort Joy for one night with a lizard.
And you can't be too careful. You can get
Curiosity kills the cat. Forget the scent of Fort Joy.
Hurts, doesn't it? Hurts, doesn't it?
Prepare yourself.
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot. Curiosity kills the cat. Forgets the scent of Fort Joy.
got to pick who you can trust.
Got that right.
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard.
I can see a silver from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know. If it was Alexander, get any of us.
Right as rain, you
Curiosity kills the cat. Forgets its scent of Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot.
got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
Curiosity kills the cat. Forget it sent to Fort George.
I can see a sorcerer from a mile away.
You're willing to risk Fort
And
George
you
for
can't
one night with a lizard.
If I can get Alexander,
Then you're an idiot.
Right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
Curiosity kills the cat. Forget it sent to Fort George. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot.
you've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away.
Curiosity
And you
kills
can't be
the
too
cat.
careful.
Forget it sent to
If I can
Fort
get
Joy.
Alexander,
You're willing to
about
risk
that?
Fort Joy
Right as
for
rain.
one night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot.
Look out. I see a trap nearby. Careful. I spotted a trap. Look out. I see a trap nearby.
The impostor is dead. My name is mine once more. You who succors the souls of the dead, I thank you. I am Baron Levere. In the halls, I'll be Baron Levere.
Curiosity kills the cat. Forget it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard.
Got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If I can get Alexander, I can get any of us.
All right about that. Right as rain, Hilka. You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If I can get...
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
Curiosity kills the cat. Gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot. Alexander, you're the sorcerer, Mary Lane.
The dog stares at a spot beneath the building, a low growl in its throat.
Monster! Monster! Poor little Beeper. Poor little monster Beeper, baby. There's only one way. Yes, there's only one thing to do. Papa!
Doubled over in agony, the shivering Magister spirit mumbles to himself, tightly clutching 3 golden stalks in one fist. Noting the attention, he straightens, revealing insignia spelling Kinnet, and a jagged wound spilling his innards upon the ground. He reaches a ghostly hand into your chest and squeezes your heart. You become Kinnet, his memories flooding over you and replacing your own. Warmth, comfort. You are Kinnet, playing cards with your mates in a cozy barracks. You stagger to tipsy attention as a white-clad Magister commands that one of your troop seek a lost caravan. It's a one-man job, a job no man wants. Your sly-eyed troop leader holds out straws to you and the others. Who will investigate? You feel the short straw and hear them shout, "Kinnet!" You know what that means. A lonely traipse in the cold dark. You dawdle and grumble all the way, sobering as you find the overturned caravan. Massacre. Your lantern reveals ravaged corpses in every direction. Inhaling sharply, you smell a thick black stench you remember secondhand from the few void-woken corpses your troops have found. No. Kinnet's tears fall from your eyes as you recognize his beloved weapon master, lifeless. A dark thicket rustles to your left. A claw rakes savage stripes across your guts. As Kinnet dies, all goes black. Staggering back from Kinnet's deathly grasp, only your own blood now pumps through your heart. With your living eyes, you see him trembling in front of you, desperately holding out 3 straws. As you pluck the short straw from his hands, Kinnit weeps with relief. His wound disappears in turn, and he is restored to the model image of a strapping young soldier. He looks around, then looks at you, and then he smiles. Smiling broadly, Kinnit fades away. The spirits of a magister and a dwarf are locked in ethereal combat. Their vicious blows make no impact, yet they struggle on. Mid-snarl, the dwarf spies your presence and staggers back to address you.
Sorcerer! You must hate the Reds as much as I do, eh? Rightly so. Reds had sorcerers locked up tight in that caravan, and you know where they were sending them?
The magister lunges for the dwarf, his exasperation clear.
Anna, you saw it with your own eyes. You know sorcerer's law, Voidwoken, and you know we'd all still be alive if you hadn't attacked our caravan.
The dwarf flashes a malevolent smirk at the magister.
I'll be needed no more here. To the halls to tell eternal tales with my ancestors.
Gazing towards some far-off sight you cannot see, the spirit of the dwarf glimmers, fades into nothingness, and is...
Fool! You should be locked up in the joy with all those like you.
The magister's shoulders collapse with relief. His burden lifted, his spirit slowly fades to nothingness before your eyes. The bull lazily chews non-existent cud. It registers your presence.
Well, guess I should have seen that coming. Yep, sure do. Or did, leastways. All bulls can see the future. I'm surprised you don't know that. You sure you want to know? Alright, here is your future.
The bull shakes itself, swallows the cud, clears its throat.
You're gonna die. Let me think about that now, too. Yeah. Okay. Right, here we go. Soon. Maybe.
The bull shrugs.
Here. I don't suppose you could do me a favour and unhitch this here harness so as I can make my way to the Field of Echoes.
The bull nods its thanks and gently fades away.
I knew you'd say yes.
Now I swim. Monsters gone. Swim. Free. Swim. Forever. Monsters crawl the ocean floor. Better to die on the beach. Thank you. Now...
You stride past the chained sorcerers and climb onto the caravan without complaint. As you settle onto the bench, you offer Ralik's blessings to the Magister Guard. He offers only a bleary-eyed stare of disinterest in return before shoving the chained sorcerers aboard. As you watch them cower, you cannot help but feel annoyance. After all, don't they know they're going to be saved? A boy at swim. Your name is Joe. You're 9. You're brave. You're off to see your mum. A shadow moves below you. A jagged vice closes on your thigh and pulls you down. Water fills your lungs. Blood billows. The shark glides and turns, sleek and...
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Hello, mister.
The little boy beside her looks at you. He picks his nose.
Hello. Cool. How did you know that? Mister, have you seen our friend Joe?
Tell them the truth about Joe. They have to grow up sometime. The truth hurts, but they'll get over it.
Kids are resilient. Tell them the truth.
The horror grows on their little faces.
No, that's a horrible thing to say. I bet it wasn't Joe. I bet it was someone else's leg in that icky shark.
She bursts into tears. Ben looks from you to her and back again, then starts crying too. After a moment, the crying subsides. Ben and Harriet snuggle into you.
So where's Joe?
They look puzzled, but the little boy seems to accept the idea.
I think we should go home. Come on, Ben. Thank you, mister.
Bye-bye, mister.
They skip away, still children, but now, somehow, older than before.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Once shattered, they are loathed.
Why you gotta make us hurt ya?
Loha rubs his forehead beneath his hood and stares at the ground. As you approach, his face hardens and he stands at his full height.
So? Good spot to ground ships from, I'll tell you that much. The Reds never see it coming. I sent some of my best people there. It's not like them not to report back in so long. I'm counting on you. What?
You doing okay, boy of mine?
Ma, I'm fine.
The headquarters hears of my success, and perhaps I'll be promoted.
At first glance, the spirit seems much like its host, hollow, detached. Yet, in its eyes, you see something more ominous, something not apparent before. Your hand reaches through the spirit. Your source is inert. You see no memories, siphon no emotions. Its face grows even more tortured. It is trapped. Is this Riker's doing?
The spirit's as haunted as the graveyard it roams.
You recognize the dog from the town square in Driftwood. The wounds from his spiked collar are healing well.
Oh, hi! How are you? I'm good. Hey, do you smell that? It smells like the fish place, doesn't it? Like fish, only, worse.
You opened the grave. You heard the creak, and then the click, and then you were the bag!
A sinner I, and who is not? The sinner lies that they sin not. A sinner lies. And yet...
Come on, mistress. Hear me. Heed me. You've always had a glint in your eye for old Zimski. Don't abandon me now.
Zimski mutters to himself as he traces sigils in the dirt. He spies you, and a shrewd look brightens his eyes. He stretches out a hand, showing you a solitary coin on his palm.
Heads or tails?
He flips the coin high in the air. It twinkles beneath the moonlight as it spins down, and he claps it to his forearm.
Unlucky. But then what do I know about luck anymore? All my life I served Lady Luck, and see how it ends. In the dirt, just the same as everybody else.
Turning from you, he crouches back to the dirt. He resumes tracing esoteric sigils, his fingertips swirling through the graveyard clay.
Signs to call her. Oh, Lady Luck always came when I called. For 30 years we roamed Rivellon together. She was my faithful mistress, from card game to wager to grift. She was the life of me. Yet she wants no dead man. Now I cannot influence even a coin toss. But you breathe. I'll wager you've more use for my gifts than I do. Here, tell me what you truly value. If my lady sees fit, I'll give you what I truly value in return. Good enough?
He smiles a foxy smile as he stabs claw-like fingers at your chest. He begins to trace sigils on your flesh. Though you cannot feel his fingers upon your skin, something inside you shifts. You feel a coldness, and a sick longing seeps into your heart. He croons incantations as he works, and his voice is like the throwing of 1,000 dice inside your brain. Your body is suddenly filled with lust for coin and craving for more.
Now you feel her touch. Now Lady Luck sings in your blood as she once did in mine. And now...
The spirit does not respond.
Let's see what spirits haunt this garden.
The dog spirit rolls his head around, gawking at the ground and sky as if he's never seen them before, then locks his eyes on yours. He snarls, unconvincingly.
I am death. Indeed, the masses tremble at my might. We will retrieve anathema.
He moves to lick his haunches and seems taken aback by his own translucence.
Once a demon, now a weapon. We heard its call,
and slayed our allies in its name. It is near. With it, we will slay living and undead alike. There will be no mercy.
The canine spirit lifts his head to howl, but can barely manage a whimper. He tucks his tail between his legs, shocked at his own impotence. She hums quietly.
It's hard not to feel some pride in reptilian engineering. I watched an elf spend hours trying to force his way into a lizard's chest. Eventually, he threw it into the flames, but still it sits there, indestructible. He did not leave empty-handed, unfortunately. I pity the poor salamander that he dragged back to his ghastly home.
The spirit gives you a tortured glance, then turns away to stare at nothing. The spirit cannot speak.
To see an elf burning the body of kin, it turns one's stomach. It's hard not to feel some pride in reptilian engineering. I watched an elf spend hours trying to force his way into a lizard's chest. Eventually, he threw it into the flames, but still it sits there, indestructible. He did not leave empty-handed, unfortunately. I pity the poor salamander that he dragged back to his ghastly home.
Hollow, detached, yet in its eyes you see something more ominous. Your hand reaches... Vilnix Creever. Almost sounds like a lizard name. But here... Vilnix Creever. Here lies sounds like a lizard name. First name unknown. But here, and of no further...
It's hard not to feel some... I watched and he did not...
The spirit does not respond to your...
The spirit, it beckons to me. A lone witness to the carnage that must have happened here.
The Red Prince addresses the lizard spirit. He turns out to be a dreamer, long dead, who speaks archaically and sings in a truly ancient tongue.
Rav Mudon, Anan Eket, Vetu Duran.
Like a lullaby, the melody lulls them both to sleep until, with a start, the Red Prince wakes once more.
My word. Even I, not in my wildest, most demon-lusting dreams, could have guessed a destiny such as this. A tale too preposterous to be believed, and yet so ultimately, so undeniably true once told. The race of lizards, all of us, we were dragons once. Great red dragons. Somehow, eons ago, we withered. We shrank, our wings shriveled. Never more to be the majestic creatures we once were. Until now. I am to be the father of dragons, and she, the Red Princess, is to be the mother. I've told you about her, haven't I? The secret of my soul. All my life I thought she was but a dream within a dream, but she is real. She is here. And I to think she awaits me even now, no more than a walk away. Come, we must move north at once. Dying indeed. We mustn't forget the House of Shadows continues to hunt us. The dreamer I met only managed to elude them by escaping bodily into the dream realm, never to return. Sacrifices are being made in our names, mine and hers, so that we may sire dragons. I intend to prove worthy of these sacrifices.
The Red Prince turns to thank the spirit for its aid. The old soul concludes its melody, and with it, its stay upon this world.
hay una quest que me adelanté, lamentablemente me adelanté estúpidamente otra vez. Y ya no la puedo terminar.
You watch yourself. There's a voice whispering promises to the dead around here. Word is that they'll be walking about with flesh on their bones again if they send you to the Hall of Echoes. You're God-woken, ain't you? You just don't ask me why. But someone out there's got it in for you and everyone like you.
The spirit is dressed in tattered ceremonial garb. Eagle feathers tangle in his beard, and bird droppings decorate his robes. He surveys the circling flock with evident satisfaction.
My faithful eagles work still. They know their duty. They need me not. See my feather fall here, prime among my flock. He won't leave my body till naught remains but bleached bone.
We were picked off by spies. That was
No ordinary hunger, but a trained hunger. Watch. See him separate spleen from marrow, just so. Hurts? My dear boy, no. All I feel is pride. My featherfall knows just how to slice and just what to chew. He eats to free me, to free this spirit from its earthly ties. With each peck, I am closer to the Hall of Echoes.
We died.
Watching the birds pick your body clean is almost soothing. At least you know you're doing some good for a creature. And it means that elf ain't getting his claws on my corpse. Not mine specifically, but he creeps from grave to sepulchre, taking what he wants, whatever he wants.
A grim expression passes across her face as she looks out over the graveyard.
The dead don't rest easy in this garden. Not by half. He lives in the big house by the gate. I ain't about to wander up and ask for a name, mind you. The less I see of him, the happier I'll rest.
Two dwarven spirits at loggerheads. In a flash, you are both of them, brother and sister. Your feminine side is a rebel, rising up against the tyrannical queen. Your masculine side is a royalist, loyal to the monarch he loves. As the brother, you rescue your sister from the pikes of the royal guard. Together, you flee across the sea to the melting pot of Driftwood and Reaper's Coast. But in Driftwood, you visit the lizard. You are the sister, and you know that something is wrong. You climb the stairs to rescue your brother, and find him fighting for his life against the dwarves who would rob him. Both of you die. But your killers do right by their fellow dwarves, and bring you here to lay you to rest. As spirits, you fight for eternity, one convinced that the queen is a tyrant, the other that your treason was wrong. The brother scowls. He feels vindicated. His sister still does not agree. A life is not worth living if you do not stand up for what you believe. The eagle glowers at you with one baleful eye, keeping the other eye firmly trained on the stringy morsels of rotting flesh dangling from its beak.
You dare touch Master's gifts. No invitation. Leave now, leave.
We died glorious deaths.
We were picked off by spies. That was no glory and no point to it either.
O sea, se supone que el Lizard debería estar acá, pero no está. Como ya comenté, puede que se haya bugueado. Porque aquí debería estar. Esta es la tumba.
Vilnix Creever. Almost sounds like a lizard name. But here...
Ahora... Me falta, bueno, entrar a la catacumba, completar el punto que está abajo. Falta ver acá. Ahora, lamentablemente creo que esa misión no la va a poder completar, me parece.
Within the stone garden's walls, peace be thy immortal fortune, relieved of toil, free of indignity, until thou art called to serve. spirit sits behind the grand piano, her hands moving to and fro along the ivory keys.
O'er black and white, my fingers dart, as lost between worlds as I am. O'er globes they glide, o'er flats and sharps. Whither go they, Lord of Life? Direct them.
The music swells as the spirit's dalliances along the piano keys are joined by a ghostly violin. A distant orchestra fills the room with melody.
Pero no... Supone que hay una elfa acá adentro que mató al tipo. No la veo nada. No sé, o sea, esta quest en tierras extrañas posiblemente no la voy a poder. A menos que algo cambie, pero como ya quemé la parte porque voy acá. No la tengo. Tengo la cagada en play. O sea, no quiero, o sea, piensas que es mucho. Muchas cosas que hay que hacer. Me gustaría resolver casi todo. No puedo. O sea, podría hacer gran parte, pero las quests que no me permite hacer. Por ejemplo, esa quest no tengo idea. Porque no me muestra absolutamente nada. O sea, ojalá estuviese el espíritu, yo digo que está. Pues nada. Lo otro es que me pierdo. O no puedo poner, no puedo hacer clic en el mapa porque voy a hacer clic acá, pues. Me pierdo. Y ella, bueno, ella debería estar ahí, supongo. No estoy 100%. Ya esto ya no voy a saber, no puedo volver atrás. Ya, como dije, pasé. Ya, o sea, eso guardado ya se ve. Bueno, no voy a volver atrás.
It's locked fast. Maybe it's connected to some... It's locked fast. Maybe it's connected to some other mechanism.
Okay. Dos.
It's locked fast. Maybe it's connected to some other mechanism. It's locked fast. Maybe it's connected to some other mechanism. Maybe this one. What did that do? I think a different approach is in order. Maybe this one. What did that do? That could have gone better. I'll try a dip. Maybe this one. What did that do? That could have gone better. I'll try a different order.
Se supone que viste dos.
What did that do? What did that do? Hear that? It did something. all this treasure. This family must have been rich.
Claramente nunca obtenemos todo. Miren esto, pegaste así. No se lo puedo poner a alguien más, pero... O sea, lo que no puedo hacer, no lo voy a poder hacer.
You feel the unusual object's vast energy before your hand even touches its smooth surface. Upon contact, the semi-transparent artifact shivers and speaks. You feel you've heard this language before, but where you cannot remember. And what these intonations mean, you cannot say.
Adan, Falon dumorav narvur revelis. Awenu arie, demchu sha'an. Sadenmenia veidfen, domrisval veid evrekis.
The object repeats its unintelligible speech. The oblong object is crystal clear and unmarked by marks or chips. It rests snugly in your palm, as if meant to be gripped with a resolute hand. The crystalline artifact is both beautiful and robust, as pure as glass and as immutable as iron.
What the hell? We're trapped.
Prepare yourself.
Meet your maker.
Into the dark with you.
Show yourself! Meet your maker.
Reveal yourself. They're dead. Well, more dead.